Glad and excited to be joined right now. Dennis Kelly, the president of Wishes Can Happen. That is why you get the fancy Nike polo, I'm sure.
Right.
And those Nike polos are comfortable.
They're nice, aren't they? Very nice.
I mean, it's
We're putting them to good
here.
use.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. So first of all, thank you so much for the work that you guys all do, and I'm sure it's, you know, everybody that we've talked to from the board and the volunteers and everybody that's kind of at the upper levels of Wishes Can Happen does a really thorough job of pointing everything back to other people, which I think is a sign of a great organization, because you trust the people that are there, you trust what they've done, you know what they're going to do, you don't worry about them doing the wrong thing. What's it like to work with such a great team that not only is very talented in what they can do, but is also so passionate about how they're doing it?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is that there is so much passion on the board. Everybody cares so much about what we do and how we do it. And we built a great board that, with a lot of different skill sets and a lot of different contacts, so that when the time comes that we need to reach out to somebody, whether it's to help grant a wish, whether it's working with someone in the community around some type of a fundraiser, the board has those contacts, and they're all willing to raise their hand and go out and do what we need to do to get whatever it is accomplished. So it's a great group of people. We continue to look for ways to strengthen the organization, and the board's committed to just doing everything we can to continue to grow and to serve the community and make this a special organization for many years to come.
So when you got on the board, I mean, what prompted you to get involved with Wishes Can Happen?
Well, I met Cindy many years ago, just through the community, through business, and got to know a little bit about what she did. And it was like 9 years ago. She said, "Well, why don't you come on the board?" And I'm like, "Oh." As soon as I understood what you guys did, that was an easy yes. So I joined the board about 9 years ago, and just never looked back since then. It's just been a great experience. And 6 years ago, became the president, and just love the opportunity to work with these committed, great people, and all of you here, and to share what we do with everybody in the community.
Now, seeing how this has grown over the years, I mean, what have you seen that has, been different from 9 years ago when you got on the board and now where it is? Because it's just amazing that there are so many.
Yeah, it really is, and I think that's probably one of the major things that's changed is the fact that we started this 12 years ago, this Wish-A-Thon, and so it was sort of in its infancy still at that point, and it was growing every year, and we were getting to that point where we had the resources now. We needed to focus on the side of finding more wishes, because there was a point many years ago where it was like, okay, well, we have a wish, now we need to figure out how to fund it, right? Or we have several wishes in the pipeline, we have to go get the funding to get them done. Well, we sort of spent the last 3 or 4 years really trying to develop and strengthen the relationships with Akron Children's Hospital and with others in the community around helping people to understand that we have the resources to do the wishes. So the number of wishes have grown. We have 35 wishes in the pipeline right now.
Wow.
And we've completed 20 already this year.
Wow.
So that if we did all of those this year, which probably won't happen because some of those kids are in treatment and it'll take
There's
them
a lot
while.
of timing
There's some
nuances.
there. But yeah, that would be over 50 wishes.
Is
So
that
that's
the most,
amazing.
is that, I was going to ask, how many do you average a year?
That would be a record. Now, high 30s, 35 to 40 is a pretty typical year. So
Which, you look at it and go, wow, that's fantastic, you guys are able to do that. But on the other flip side, it's like, well, it's really sad that there's that many that are needed.
Right.
Is there any wish that has stood out really to you over the past 9 years?
well, there's just so many different ones. It's amazing what some of these children can come up with. But anything from game rooms. So one of the big ones that kind of stood out was the child who wanted his own baseball field. So we made him help create his own baseball field with the dugouts and everything else. And you think, where do these ideas come from? But that's what he wanted.
He must have watched Field of Dreams.
And he must have watched it, and he loved it. And it took a while to get it done, but the community came together and made it happen for him. And so, there's just so many different game room that we did a few years ago that was just so much fun to watch the unveil party for that. The vignette you just had on a few minutes ago for the for summer who
Yeah.
went out to San Diego and the zoo. That was one of my wishes, and it's like every one of them special. So it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to pick one over
Yeah.
the other. You listen to that vignette and you think, wow, that's just how important was that to that family? And I don't know, they're all special.
I was going to say, and it also gets you so emotionally involved in the story of the family and the child.
Exactly, no doubt about it. And then you stay in touch with those families, and they become a part of who we are, and they come back and they help out with events like this, and they'll you call them up and ask for something, and they're more than willing to help out. So it becomes a big community. It's over about 1,200 wishes that we've granted over the years. That's amazing.
Gabe and I have talked about the fact that you see these Wish families come back and they pay it forward because they know how important it was to them. We had a young lady yesterday who was one of the princesses, and then she came back and she didn't have a wig on. Hey, but she was a Wish recipient, and she said it's just so important to put a smile on the kids' faces.
It really is. It really is, and just to see. And to touch base with them when they finish the wish, especially if they go off on a trip and they come back, to be able to spend some time with them afterwards and listen to them talk about it and listen to them tell the story of the wish and what it meant to them. It really helps to close that loop and really understand what we do, and keeps us motivated to go out and continue doing it more and more. And hopefully there'll be a day where we don't have to. But until that day comes, we want to be ready to help them.
And it's I'm sure it takes a toll on you, but when you see the smiles, you see the success stories and everything, then it probably just gets you ready for the next one.
That it does. It really does. And the next wish comes up, and we qualify it, and we put it out to a wish granter, and somebody grabs it, and away we go.
So, let me ask you this. If there is somebody who maybe knows a child who is facing a life-threatening illness and thinks they might be eligible for a wish, how do they go about nominating them?
The best way to do it is to go to our website, which is canhappen.org, and there's a link. There's a link right on the website there where they can go in and fill in information and send us an email and give us their information, and we'll reach out and contact them. On my way here this morning, I looked at my email, and there was an email that came through the Wish's website, someone telling us about their daughter and asking if we could contact them about a wish. And I'm sure it came from this.
That is something that I think, we're trying to get the word out so people know about that. We want them to donate, obviously. We also want to find those families that need a wish.
We do, absolutely. And we need the funding to be able to continue to do those wishes as they come up and jump right on them. Full circle.
Big congratulations. That kind of speaks to both of that, the donations and the funding for those wishes. Big thank you to some donors here in the last few minutes. Barb from Louisville, Rose from North Canton, James from Massillon, Jane from Navarre, Gail from Canton, and Julie from Canton, all chipping in. And these are not all $1,000 donations.
They don't have to be.
They don't have to be, and that's the great part. We see some of our, some of the long-term partners that have worked with Wishes since day one, are big pillar businesses in our community. And, when you own a business, you can give a little more usually, but as just a donor, as someone who cares and wants to help and be a part of your community and better it, any amount is helpful. We have children bringing in, $2. And that $2 to them is so special, and it means so much. And I think the value that we as donors and supporters put on what our pledge is, I think has so much more weight than what that actual number is, because of how we're doing it and what we're doing to help these families and to help you help these families.
Absolutely. There's no donation that's too small. Every donation will be put to good use, and there's just no donation too small. So whatever you can do to help, please do.
And speaking of that, if you happen to maybe get into your car and realize that your cup holder has some coins in there, and maybe you were watching TV last night and you reached between the cushions and you found some coins down there, bring them in, because we've got the CSE coin machine, and the goal last year we raised about, I think it was $1,200 through that machine. We wanted to double that this year. So I've heard it go a couple times this morning. I would love to hear more of that.
Awesome. Well, Dennis Kelly, president of Wishes Can Happen, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to speak about everything today. We are now in hour 28 of the Wish-A-Thon, and still plenty of time to get your donations in. The CSE phone banks still very busy, but you can get in at 330-649-WISH. That's 330-649-9474. You can log online at mixedwishes.com, and of course stop by Springbrook Plaza. We're here
getting
until
better
6
at
o'clock.
that.
I know, it's practice. And Kaylee Chris, actually here in the next couple hours, 11 o'clock. How can people find you, Wishes on the Road?
I'm hitting the road. We're going to be going down to the Friends and Family Credit Union in Acme on Whipple. So if you were planning on doing some weekend grocery shopping, stop by, see me there, and you can donate right there. So if you don't have time to get through here, you're like, I've got to get my grocery shopping done, we will be going to you, and you can definitely donate as well. So
here's the great thing. As we mentioned, just now with Dennis, getting the awareness out to families about it. Just today, Wishes Can Happen has received a new wish through their website. A 10-year-old child who's had already 15 major surgeries.
10-year-old child, 15 major
And so,
surgeries.
what I really love and what I really just completely believe and can say with confidence is I know that within days of this,
Yeah.
Madeline is calling this family if she hasn't already.
Yeah, it's very possible already this morning.
And this child, depending on outside factors, we'll have the opportunity probably within the next 5 to 6 weeks, and we'll have details lined up because that's how dedicated they are, and with no waiting list. There's no extensive screening process. They know who qualifies, and they're so quickly able to get in touch with these families. That's amazing. For me, not in the organization, us not in the organization, to have the confidence to say that because of what we know is amazing.
And the fact, and you think about the donations you give allows them to have a no waiting list at all. So please consider, if you haven't done it before, please consider donating. Phone lines 330-649-WISH, 330-649-9474. You go online at mixedwishes.com, or stop by here, Springbrook Plaza, or stop out to see me, Friends and Family Credit Union in the Acme Plaza. Be there between 11 and 1 this today.
That's it. We are here, and we will be back with more AultCare Wish-A-Thon action on Mix 94.1.